Hey guys, Tay Beeves here, and the spring anime season has been upon us for a couple weeks, and today we're going to talk about Megalo Box. Now, from this image, you can probably tell that it may be boxing related, and you would be right. So it's a futuristic, I don't know what you want to call it. Not like post-apocalyptic, but like a poor version of the future. There's a word for that, but it is escaping me right now. Um, it's definitely got some. I don't know. It feels like Samurai Champloo-ish, maybe. There's some heavy beats in there, but it's basically boxing, and you'll notice this 50th anniversary thing coming up because it's about the 50th anniversary of Ashita no Joe, which I had never heard of, so I did a little bit of research here. But it was a really strict, it was a boxing manga that was published, and then a really popular anime, and the anime got a second version or a second season or something, though. There was Ashita no 2, but that guy's name, I believe, was Joe, and so there's a certain situation where this guy gets to pick his name. So hopefully that's not too crazy in there. But his crazy of a spoiler is what I was trying to say. Sorry. He is Junk Dog is his boxing name, I believe, and that's like the name he goes by. I am Junk Dog. He signs Junk Dog. He just goes by it all the time. And they're like, you don't want Junk Dog on your tombstone. And he's like, whatever. He doesn't care. He's Junk Dog. But basically, the anime revolves around this giant boxing tournament. Doesn't matter where in the world you're from, or your status or anything like that. You can enter the tournament as long as you're like a citizen. Which unfortunately, him and his trainer, they're kind of like outside of society, just doing whatever, these underground boxing matches where people are gambling. And in the first episode, I didn't really like the main character because he just comes out and says, he's like, I haven't done anything with my life. He's like, I haven't decided to win. Like he's just throwing fights to make money, and he's like, I've never tried to do anything with my life, but I feel like I'm good at boxing, which is whatever. But he definitely wins me over. Let's just say that the boxing is excellent. It's awesome. It's really fun to watch. He kind of, through a weird circumstance, runs into like one of the best boxers in the world, and he has no idea really who he is. But then he's talking to the dude about the tournament, and he's like, "You think your boxing is any different from our boxing? You're just fighting. You're all dogs just fighting." And he's like, "Oh, well, let me teach you about the real world of boxing." But the fight gets stopped, and they don't fight in that moment. But there are... So there's kind of like this fire lit under him, and there are a couple times where our main character gets this crazy ass look in his eyes, and from that moment you can tell like he's enjoying the moment, he's enjoying life, and he's excited about what's going on. And I guess that's probably good. Like in the first few episodes, you're like, well, who cares about this dude? But when you see him get excited, you can't help but get excited with him, and that's what really makes this interesting to me. And with this giant tournament going on, like they enter, and he is the lowest rank boxer in the world. So they have to do these crazy fights. Basically, they're trying to make their boxer a spectacle, obviously, so he can raise in the ranks as fast as he can. And they come up with some... They're very circumstantial, but from the outside, it seems like very clever ways of getting attention. And from what we can tell, he does seem like he's a very talented boxer. So it's like I said, it's just really fun to watch. And if you guys are debating what anime to watch this season, this is probably one of the ones that you're going to want to watch. I'm going to keep watching it, and hopefully you start watching it with me.